Today I'm going to let you in on a not-so-secret secret. I am a freeze baby. I am almost always cold. Ask anybody that knows me. Before my accident, I used to enjoy being outdoors in the winter. My family and I would go downhill skiing and sledding whenever we had the chance. I actually loved winter. But here's something I learned after my accident. Our body temperature is regulated by our spinal cord. And my normal temperature is 97.3, and before the accident, it was 98.6. So as a quadriplegic, my body has a hard time staying warm. Now, I do have friends who are paraplegics, which means that they're paralyzed from the waist down, and they actually usually have the opposite problem. Their bodies tend to run hot. And if you think about it, paraplegics usually have manual wheelchairs, so they're pushing themselves everywhere they're going, and they're creating energy and heat, so they tend to be more warm. Now, in the past months, I have been lifting weights, and that definitely has helped in bringing up my body temperature. And so someday, Doug and I actually hope to move somewhere warmer, like Florida. But in the meantime, I live in Wisconsin, and I look back at college and I wonder why I was so cold all the time. I have added so many things to my list to keep me warm, so no wonder I froze back then. And so today, here I want to show you some hacks that I've learned over the years. Now, the first thing I'm going to tell you today is I'm going to start with my good old long underwear. I use, actually, if you can see it here underneath, I use LL Bean or Patagonia's long underwear to create warmth in my body. And if I'm really cold, and I know I'm going to be outside a lot, I'll actually wear long underwear pants too. And so because of this, I buy my clothes extra large so that I have room for the layers that I wear. Then I have my heated scarf. I am obsessed with this thing. I actually don't know how I survived before. I actually have 5 of these scarves in different colors and can use either a 5-volt battery pack or can be plugged right into my USB port on my wheelchair, so it always stays charged. And these scarves have 3 settings. If you see here this red button, this is high, this is medium, and this is low. Now, I usually always have mine on high because I'm so cold, but with it being on high, 1 battery pack can last upwards of 6 hours. So I also use regular scarves, as my wonderful assistant will show you. And I also use blanket scarves. I have probably, between my regular scarves and my blanket scarves, I have probably over 100 of these. I also have my green Aromatherapy Pack. And after my showers, I'm usually pretty cold, so I love to take this and lay it over my chest after it's been in the microwave for a couple minutes. Love this thing. Next, I have my boots and my socks. With poor circulation, my legs get cold really easy, so I have warm fuzzy socks and boots to keep my legs warm during the day. Next is my heated blanket. I've used regular heated blankets in the past, but then I was always stuck to an electrical outlet. I then found travel heated blankets that you can use in like a cigarette lighter in your car, and I attached one of those to my wheelchair. So I want to say thank you to Scott Horseman for hooking this up. So Doug's going to show how this works. Actually have a little port right there, and it works great. I also now have the option of doing my USB port on my wheelchair for a heated blanket. And Emily's going to plug this thing in. Doesn't get as warm as this other blanket, but at least I'm able to move around when I'm having this. And now I also wear hats, especially on the extra cold days. They keep the heat in like crazy, and they also give me a free hairstyle day, so I don't have to take the time with fussing with my hair. Well, I have to always tell you about my fleece turtlenecks. When I was in college, Shopko sold these for a year, and I was so sad when they discontinued them. So this orange turtleneck is a fleece turtleneck. Now Kohl's carries these turtlenecks in amazing colors, and the brand is Tech Gear. I absolutely love them. I have them in every color, and I did have some trouble with getting my sleeves up with these because they're pretty tight. So I had a friend who sews put a slit in each one of the right wrists of the sleeves, so it makes it easier to pull it up when I put on my Teenodisa splint. I also have to tell you about my most recent addition to my hacks to be warm. It's one word. You ready? Patagonia. I've never heard of this brand until my niece went to college, and she told me how she wore hers to class and how she'd be sweating by the time she got there. So I ordered my first one off of Poshmark because they're expensive, so I could try them used and at a discount. And the rest is history. I wear these when I'm out and about speaking. As you can see, I've got my Patagonia on today, keeping me so warm. I could be a rolling billboard for Patagonia. I love their Las Gatos line and their quilted sweaters, especially because they're so warm and super fuzzy. Next, I have my Cove Heaters. I have 2 of these in my office and 1 of them in my bathroom. They are amazing. When I built my house, I was cold all the time, and so my heating bills were astronomical. I then learned about Cove Heaters, and they actually heat the objects in the room and not the air. So it's a radiant heat like the sun. I usually keep my office at 80 degrees and my bathroom around 77 degrees. Now these are the rooms where I work and get ready, and so these temperatures keep me nice and warm all day. So if you're a freeze baby, I definitely recommend looking into these. I keep these running in my office whenever I'm working, so my office is the warmest room in the house. Now the next best thing to my Cove Heaters is my fireplace. We don't run it all that often, it's right behind me, but when we do, it definitely keeps us warm and heats us up quick. Next is my mug of hot chocolate. I love drinking hot chocolate all year round, especially because it keeps me warm internally. So my preferred type of hot chocolate is Caribou's milk chocolate hot chocolate, but if I can't have that, then I'll usually use Ghirardelli's hot chocolate in packets. And so this brand of this mug is Thermos. Keeps my hot chocolate hot for hours. Next are my cats. Now this is Jewel, and she sleeps with me all night long. I love having her up next to my head. She keeps me so warm. She is the best for keeping me warm, especially at night. And the last but not least, drum roll please for the next and last item that keeps me warm. My husband, Doug. Doug is very good at keeping me warm. So he loves to help me stay warm. So, well, I think I'm starting to warm up. So thanks for tuning in and for tuning in to learn more about my life. Stay warm.